Good morning, and welcome to session 3 of our Grief Relief COVIDeo series. My name is Timothy Hess, and I'm a certified grief recovery specialist in Edenton, North Carolina. In session 1 video, we discussed the profound grief that we are all feeling as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. In session 2, we discussed helpful actions that we can each take to feel more centered and empowered in the ever-changing new normal of our daily lives. Today in session 3, we will begin to discuss helpful ways to deal with feelings of isolation as we experience shelter-in-place orders, as well as the closures of businesses, schools, churches, entertainment events, and so many others. Many of us are now homeschooling our children and simultaneously working remotely, if our professions are amenable to that. Many professions are not. We are spending the vast majority of our time at home, and most of us are just not used to that. In addition, almost all of our normal daily activities have been canceled or radically altered. We may also be experiencing fear due to financial stresses, and also fear of contracting the virus or family and friends contracting the virus. All of these changes and fears can cause a sense of emotional isolation, in addition to our actual physical isolation. We are grieving the loss of our previous normal. Simple things that gave us a sense of comfort and community. Common things that we may be missing include chatting with coworkers, going to the gym, eating out at favorite restaurants, stopping at the coffee shop, and attending church and other spiritual gatherings. One of the things that my wife Gail and I are missing most is spending time with our grandchildren. It's painful some days to realize that we can't physically be with them and spend time together. In today's session, as well as Friday's session, I'm going to provide a set of ideas and actions that will be helpful to all of us during this time of overwhelming grief and isolation. So, let's get started. The first suggestion is to remember that there is nothing wrong with how you are feeling. Grief can be lonely and isolating even under the best of circumstances, and these are certainly not the best circumstances. Even though the entire world is experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic, you are completely unique in how it impacts you. How you feel is never exactly the same as someone else, and your feelings are normal for you. Our second suggestion is to participate and engage. The antidote to emotional and physical isolation is engagement. In our second session, I suggested several ways that we can effectively engage with others. The idea that we need to grieve alone is one of the several harmful myths of grief. Practice shifting what you believe about sharing your painful and sad thoughts and feelings. Please hear me clearly today about this. We need to share these painful and sad feelings just as readily as we share happy and positive thoughts. And to do this, we need to find ways to engage with other people. One way to positively engage is via video chat services. There are several free services available, and they are a great resource. There's just something very fulfilling and settling about seeing a loved one or friend's face while we are conversing with them. Please do yourself a huge favor and start video chatting. They work well for groups that we're a part of as well. Book clubs, church groups, civic groups, and so many others. Please contact me if you don't know where to start in order to get video chatting set up. I will be glad to help you. Another suggestion is to talk more and email and text less. Move toward calling folks on a regular basis. Go through your contacts and make a list of family and friends that you may have lost touch with and call them. I've talked with a couple of folks lately who I'd not spoken with for a long time, and these conversations really lifted my spirits. Please, make a list and start calling at least one person every day. It will give you a great sense of comfort and connection that email and text just don't provide. We're about out of time today. I try and keep these videos to 4 to 5 minutes, but we'll continue on Friday with a few more constructive suggestions to help us reduce our feelings of grief and isolation in these unprecedented times. Thank you for joining me for Session 3 today. Please contact me with any questions or suggestions. All of my contact information is on the Serenus Grief Recovery Center Facebook page and also on our website. I will be back on Friday with Session 4. Until then, please stay safe and be well.